She says, I'm not going to another Christmas.
Hopefully everybody can hear it.
I said, you're 70.
Yeah.
Get down there.
Somebody check on their phones and see it, make sure they can hear it.
I'm good, you?
How's it here?
I don't know how you do it.
It's good.
Just a second.
You need,
Go to the town page.
Me and technology are not friends.
I posted the link to the YouTube live on the Facebook page.
yeah, take one of these.
Okay. Okay. Nope, we're good. So she said she would have all the stuff for us to sign ready on Friday when she came back. I'm gonna have to pull up the weed.
So we want to read all three of these.
Well, we gotta do the final reading of the weed ordinance,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna try to do at least the first reading of the water payment
Yep, we can do that.
and the privacy policy. So, I mean, it shouldn't take very much.
No. Three of us, right? Can you split it?
Sure.
It's time.
We got 1 minute according to my clock.
Oh, I thought the call was.
Yeah.
Man, we used to have no board members here, and now we got them all.
Oh, we're missing one. But I think he's in Illinois because,
Oh, Josh,
yeah, Lily had something over there.
went from none to everybody.
So we're,
Okay.
that's
ready?
it. We're there.
All right.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. So it looks like we're fighting some sickness, so Kelly won't be here, Jackie will be here, so this might be a fairly quick meeting today. So our first,
Motion
not that quick, but first thing we have is approve the December meetings minutes, which we haven't got since Kelly's sick, so we'll push that off to the next meeting to approve those. We have three ordinances that we need to read the final of the weed ordinance, and then we have a water payment ordinance that we're going to push out to try to get better handling on if we have late payments coming through. And then we got a first reading of a privacy policy, just something that we wanted to add to our town. So you want to start the weed ordinance?
Let me pull it up here because I
Okay.
don't think she's got a copy of it right offhand. Okay, so this is the final reading of it, the yard and weed management ordinance. So as the town council of Sandborn and Knox County, Indiana recognizes that maintaining clean, safe, and orderly properties benefits the health, safety, and appearance of the community. And whereas the uncontrolled growth of weeds, grass, and debris can create hazards, attract pests, and diminish neighborhood appearance. And whereas it is in the public interest to establish consistent expectations, procedures, and penalties for property maintenance, therefore be it ordained that the town council of Sandborn of Indiana, Knox County, Indiana, as follows. This ordinance shall be known as the Yard and Weed Management Ordinance of the town of Sandborn. Weeds and rank vegetation, growth, grass, brush, and other vegetation growing in a height greater than 10 inches, excluding maintained gardens, crops, or landscaped areas. Owner is the legal owner or of record, tenant, or person responsible for property upkeep. Premises is any lot, yard, or open space within the corporate limits of Sandborn. Maintenance requirements. Property owners shall maintain their lawns and lots so that grass and weeds do not exceed 10 inches in height. Shrubs, trees, or vegetation do not obstruct sidewalks, fire hydrants, traffic signs, or line of sight, and debris, litter, or fallen limbs are regularly removed. Ditches and alleys adjacent to properties must be kept reasonably free of weeds or obstructions, and cultivated gardens or pollinator areas are permitted if they are intentionally planted and neatly maintained. The town board members and the employee shall investigate complaints and or observe violations. A notice of violation shall be issued by mail or door posting, giving the owner 10 days to correct the issue. If not corrected, the town may authorize cleanup or mowing and bill the owner for the costs. For penalties and further action, penalties for noncompliance include up to $50 fine for the first offense, up to $100 fine for each repeat offense within 12 months, and actual abatement costs plus $25 administration fees. Unpaid fines and cleanup costs may be certified to the Knox County Auditor and placed on a lien on the property. Persistent violations may be referred to the Knox County Recycling and Solid Waste Management District for cleanup and assessment of additional fines or penalties. The owner may appeal a notice of violation in writing to the town council within 10 days of the receipt, and the council will review the appeal at its next regular meeting. Invalidation of any part of this ordinance shall not affect the remainder, which shall remain in effect. The ordinance shall be put in full force in effect upon passage, approval, and publication as required by law. So it's passed, adopted by the town council of the town of Sandborn, Knox County, Indiana. And so then today's date would be the 7th of January.
Motion to approve.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Vote goes as 3-0.
How many properties do you know here that's really bad shape right now? But you know that.
Yeah, we don't have very many. We had the
That's what I'm
one, it's,
The one up on the hill.
Yep.
But, you know, Apple's up there and that one.
yeah, it hadn't really been much of an issue, but something that we'll have and that we can
The
address.
only other one is kind of across it, that garage is falling in there, them people's living in the house now. That's a mess that'll be
Mhm.
taken care of.
Okay. You want to read the water payment one?
Yeah.
So with this, the water utility payments and the disconnection and the limited hardship, I just give a brief thing. We've been having a lot of things that have not been getting paid for. Going forth, we want to try to get that as close as we possibly can, so that way it is more revenue that can go for upkeep for the water department. And so the current ordinance that was in place from 1996, we're updating it, and we are including a one-time a year hardship hold in there as well to help out other people. So,
All right, I'll start with this. This will be a resolution adopting a water utility payment disconnection and limited hardship policy that whereas the town of Sandborn operates a municipal water utility essential to the public health and safety. Whereas the town board recognizes the financial challenges faced by some residents while also acknowledging the need to prevent chronic delinquency that jeopardizes the financial integrity of the utility. And whereas the Indiana law permits municipalities to establish reasonable rules governing the payment application, delinquency, disconnection, and hardship accommodations. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the town board of town of Sandborn, Knox County, Indiana as follows. Section 1 will be adoption of the policy, the water utility payment disconnection hardship policy. Attached as Exhibit A, hereby adopted as official policy of the Sandborn Water Utility. Section 2, authority, the clerk, treasurer, water utility manager, and authorized staff are directed to administer this policy uniformly and without favoritism. Section 3 will be incorporation. The policy is incorporated by reference into the Sandborn Water Utility Rules, Regulations, and enforced in conjunction with the ordinance 01 of 2026. This will just be the effective dates. As we get there, we don't really need to put the effective date until we get to the third day.
Correct.
Third reading. Okay. Exhibit A, Sandborn Water Utility Payment Disconnection and Hardship Policy. Section 1, Payment and Application. All payments shall be applied in the following order. Fees and penalties. 1 would be fees and penalties. 2, oldest outstanding utility charges. And 3, current month charges. Customers may not direct payments to specific charges. Section 2, minimum payments to stop shutoff. A scheduled shutoff shall be stopped if the customer pays the full delinquent balance or enters a written payment agreement and pays the current month bill in full, plus the required delinquency payment. Partial payments alone do not stop shutoff. Section 3, payment agreements. Limit to 1 agreement per 12-month period. Delinquency spread over no more than 6 months. Missed payments result in the immediate shut-off without further notice. Disconnection schedule. 30 days past due shall be late fee assessed. 60 days past due or balance over $300 shall have a 14-day shut-off notice. Failure to meet the minimum requirements shall have service disconnected. Partial payment do not restart the notice cycle. Section 5, additional deposits. An additional $100 deposit may be required for repeated delinquency, multiple shutoffs, default on payment agreements, or hardship holds. Rental property. Shutoff notices shall be sent to both the customer and property owner when applicable. Documentation. All notices, payments, agreements, hardship holds, and enforcement actions shall be documented in the customer account record. Section 8, hardship hold and compassion clause. The purpose of this section is to establish a uniform, fair, and accountable process for addressing verified customers' hardship while preserving the financial integrity of the Sandborn water utility and ensuring equitable treatment of all ratepayers. Authority. The hardship relief beyond a limited administrative enforcement hold shall require authorization by the Sandborn Town Board. The clerk treasurer shall have no independent authority to approve hardship relief except expressly permitted under this section. The town board retains final authority over all hardship determinations. The administrative enforcement hold. The clerk treasurer may grant a one-time administrative enforcement hold up to 5 business days for the sole purpose of allowing a customer to submit documentation supporting hardship request. An administrative enforcement hold does not constitute hardship relief, does not waive any charges, penalties, or fees, shall be limited to 1 occurrence per account record per 12-month period. Failure to submit record documentation with the administrative hold period shall result in the resumption of normal enforcement procedures. Hardship hold. Town board authorization required. Upon the receipt of verification of hardship documentation, the clerk treasurer shall present the request of the town board for consideration. The town board may authorize a hardship hold of enforcement for a period not to exceed 14 calendar days upon a majority vote. A hardship hold may be granted only for verified circumstances, including but not limited to medical emergency or hospitalization, death in the household, fire, flood, disaster affecting the service address, temporary loss of income resulting from the documented emergency. Hardship holds are generally intended for accounts 60 days or more delinquent or facing imminent shutoff. No late fees shall occur during the hardship hold period. However, all outstanding balances remain due. Emergency authorization. In the event the imminent shutoff where the town board cannot reasonably convene prior to the enforcement action, a temporary hardship may be authorized jointly by the town board president and 1 additional town board member. Such authorization may be documented in writing and shall be subject to ratification at the next town board meeting. Emergency authorization shall be temporary and shall not exceed the maximum hardship hold period established in this section. Required transition to payment agreement. As a condition of any hardship hold, the customer shall be required to enter into a payment agreement approved by the town board. Failure to comply with terms of the payment agreement shall result in immediate resumption of enforcement actions without further hardship consideration. Limitations and prohibitions. The following actions are expressly prohibited: permanent forgiveness of the water utility charges, repeated or rolling hardship extensions, hardship relief for accounts less than 30 days delinquent, selective or undocumented approvals, clerk treasurer approval for hardship relief beyond the administrative hold authorized. No account should receive more than 1 hardship hold per 12-month period. Privacy. The hardship request shall be reviewed by the town board in executive session as permitted by law in order to protect customer privacy and confidential information. Servability. If any portion of this section is found to be invalid or unenforceable, such a determination shall not affect the validity of the remaining provisions.
And then we have the forms for the payment agreement form and for the hardship hold form, and the water shut off. Any questions?
So this will just give us a better way to track what we have going on. I know we've kind of struggled with that, so this will help us.
Yeah.
I have a question. Like, if you ran water or had a main break or whatever, like, what's the highest bill? Like, is it the $1,400? Like you were saying, you couldn't gather more than accrue that more than that. Like, is there any way to say, hey, you know what, there was a water main break, you owe $3,000? I mean.
Well, and
that
that's
was
where
fine.
we have the forms here for that, to where if that you have a water leak or something like that, you turn in that form, and then we look at your previous 3 months consumption, and we give you an estimated bill based off the previous 3 months. So we're not going to have you pay that $3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and we deal with that about
Quite often.
once a month. Yeah,
at
so
least.
there's always, and then special this time of year, I'm sure we'll have a lot of them coming in as the freeze
So
and
the
thaw
part of
starts
the
out.
water break, you're only liable from the meter to the house, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Because we've been getting these letters sent to us from
From who?
some outfit using the town's name, Sandborn, as trying to sell insurance for that reason.
Oh,
Nobody else has got them?
Mm-mm.
Rhonda? No?
If I have, I haven't
I got one,
read it.
Kevin got one.
Huh.
If for some resource, and then down in it says, as of the town of Sandborn, what it says, wish I brought it with me.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
wouldn't mind bringing it in or sending it to one of us
I'll
to
give
look
it
at.
to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are using our name, and what it is, they're trying to sell insurance for like $3.60 or some cents a month for this. If you got it, they explain to you that you're only liable from your meter to the house, and anything happen, that's yours, and it's about a 3-page letter.
Yeah, be interested to see that. Yeah, 'cause
sounds
we,
like a scam.
yeah, we usually, we help everybody out on that anyway. 'Cause
Well,
we know that.
we're not
So-
going into it anyhow.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was bad because some old person might get all of it, and they read that second part that says, as of the town of Sandburg, they're gonna think that we sent it,
Yeah.
the town sent it.
Yeah, I'm not aware of it. So if I did
No,
get it,
I'm not.
I didn't read it if I did get it.
I'll bring it in.
Okay, perfect.
And the privacy policy, that's one.
Yep, let me pull that one up. Go to the
I
next
don't know
one.
if I could read anymore after reading that last one. That was a lot.
Hey, you have to make sure that it is.
Oh, I know, I know. Yeah, I know. We have to cover everything. It's a part of it.
Okay, come on. All right, so as a privacy policy for the town of Sandburn, it is something that had been brought up at the previous meeting. And so we wanted to have a privacy policy that every employee would have to sign. And that is at the recommendation of the Knox County Clerk Treasurer, David Shelton. So whereas the town of Sandburn recognizes its responsibility to protect confidential, sensitive, and non-public information entrusted to the town by residents, customers, employees, and partner agencies. And whereas unauthorized disclosure or misuse of such information undermines public trust and may violate state and federal law. And whereas the town council desires to establish clear expectations, safeguards, and accountability for all individuals acting on behalf of the town. And whereas the town council finds it necessary to adopt a formal privacy and confidentiality policy applicable to all employees, officials, board and commission members, volunteers, contractors, and agents of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that the town council of the town of Sandburn in Knox County, Indiana, that the town Sandburn privacy and confidentiality policy attached hereto and incorporated by reference is hereby adopted. Compliance with this policy is required as a condition of employment, appointment, volunteer service, or contractual relationship with the town. The policy applies to all confidential and sensitive information accessed during and after service to the town. The town council retains full authority to interpret, enforce, amend, or repeal the policy. The policy may be referenced within town ordinances, including to, but not limited to utility ordinances. And the resolution shall take effect immediately upon 3 readings. So the town of Sandburn is committed to protecting the privacy, confidentiality, integrity of information entrusted. This policy establishes clear expectations regarding the access, use, disclosure, and safeguarding of confidential and sensitive information by individuals acting on behalf of the town. This policy is intended to protect residents and customers from unauthorized disclosure of personal or sensitive information, preserve public trust in town operations, ensure compliance with Indiana law, including public records and privacy statutes, establish accountability and enforcement standards for misuse or improper disclosure of information. Applicability. This policy applies to all individuals who have access to town information, including but not limited to town employees, part-time, full-time, and temporary, elected or appointed officials, members of boards and commissions, volunteers, contractors, consultants, vendors, and utility employees and agents. Access to town information is a privilege, not a right, and is granted solely for official town business. Definitions. Confidential information. Information that is not intended for public disclosure and includes but is not limited to customer utility account information, financial records, billing data, payment histories, personnel files, and employee records, medical, disability, or hardship information, social security numbers, dates of birth, contact information, law enforcement, emergency management, or security sensitive information, information discussed in executive session or closed meetings, and information protected by state or federal law. Public records. Records subject to disclosure under the Indiana Access to Public Records Act, unless specifically exempt by law. Access to information. Individuals shall access town information only to the extent necessary to perform their assigned duties. Information shall not be accessed for personal reasons, curiosity, political purposes, or informal inquiry. Sharing login credentials, passwords, keys, or access methods is strictly prohibited. Former employees, officials, or volunteers shall not access town information after separation. Confidential information shall not be disclosed to any unauthorized person, entity, or to the public. Disclosure through verbal communication, text message, email, social media, informal discussion are all strictly prohibited unless authorized and required for official duties. Posting or implying confidential information on social media or in public forums is a violation of this policy. Requests for records must be handled in accordance to the Indiana APRA in town procedures, which that is the Access to Public Records Act. Social media and informal communication. Town-related information learned through official duties shall not be shared casually, including, quote-unquote, just talking, venting, or trying to help someone. Employees and officials shall not represent personal opinions as town positions. Confidential or sensitive matters shall never be discussed on personal social media accounts. Data security and safeguards. Individuals shall secure physical records from unauthorized access, lock computers and files when unattended, use town-approved systems for storing and transmitting information, and promptly report suspected data breaches or unauthorized disclosures. Reporting violations. Any suspected or known violation of this policy shall be reported immediately to the town council president or to the town board or to the town attorney. Failure to report a known violation may itself be grounds for discipline. Enforcement and discipline. Violations of this policy may result in verbal or written reprimand, suspension or removal of access, termination of employment or appointment, removal from office or board as permitted by law, civil or criminal action if applicable, and the town board retains the authority to review, investigate, and determine appropriate action. No single employee or official may unilaterally waive or ignore this policy. Relationship to ordinances and other policies. This policy is adopted by formal resolution of the town board, may be referenced within town ordinances, including utility ordinances, supplements, but does not replace state or federal law. Supplements, but does not replace state or federal law. Remains in effect until amended or repealed by the town board. All covered individuals must sign the acknowledgement below as a condition to access the town information. And so then we have a form that for all employees to sign that just says acknowledgement of privacy and confidentiality policy. It says, I acknowledge that I have received, read, and understand the town of Sandborn privacy and confidentiality policy. I agree to comply fully with its terms and understand that violations may result in a disciplinary action, removal, or legal consequences. I understand that this obligation continues during and after my service to the town. All right. Questions, comments, concerns?
Which part?
That was 3 words a minute, or 3 words a second.
Oh, I can go a lot faster.
Yes, very good.
Okay.
So it looks like we have any town questions or concerns? Anybody?
I got something I want to know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Why did the board, excuse me, why did the board decide not to give Mr. Wagler a commercial instead of a residential on his lots?
Say it again.
Why he wanted to build the buildings?
He has not asked for a commercial.
He has not?
No, he has not. The last we knew that he had asked for an industrial, but he'd never asked for commercial. And looking at the zoning, I'm not 100% sure if he would qualify for commercial just yet on that.
Okay, what's the okay? He wanted to put a building up over there at Dallas's old place,
That's all been declined and
and that
shut
got
down.
declined and
Mhm.
shut down.
Mhm.
He wanted to build a building over here by us,
Mhm.
and they said no on that, and it's not a commercial lot. It's still residential, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay,
But he didn't ask for a rezoning of commercial. He asked for a rezoning for
Okay.
an industrial.
then why is it he can stack tons and tons and tons of lumber over there in that lot if it's not commercial? That'd
By
be like storing for a lumber yard, which is a commercial.
Yeah.
Mhm. By technicalities, he's not supposed to have any of that on there. He did approach us after the fact that he has got 2 big projects that he is completing, and it's going to take him several months to get all that back off of there and to finish those projects. And that's where like we have discussed, and we need to discuss some more, but we are okay with the temporarily until he gets those projects completed and gets that moved off. And then he'll get all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I just wondered
Right.
why, if it wasn't commercial, why did he get able to turn it into commercial?
He's not turned it into that's where he did a lot of that before he got the actual
It's like over
Yeah.
here by
put forth
Patty.
Mhm.
That lot that he bought is a residential lot. And he poured all that rock into it. Now he's parking trailers over there.
It's zoned as industrial. I went through the zoning,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
zoning.
that is industrial.
That is, it's zoned.
So it joins in with his other lot then.
Mhm.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that one is.
But I just wondered why, what determines if a place is commercial or residential? What is the? changes
There's
around.
actually, there's like a 300-page document on
I'm
zoning.
sure.
Yeah.
And I read through it the last few months. But he did not ask to go towards commercial. He asked to go towards
Light industrial.
light industrial for I-1. And that's what got denied. So
Oh, industrial got denied.
yes,
Mm.
industrial got denied.
But
He
commercial.
has never asked for a commercial.
Okay, he asked for commercial. I mean, what can he do with the commercial lot? Can he build a building on it?
No,
No.
It's gotta be industrial.
correct.
I would have to double check on that.
To our knowledge, that's the way we understand it.
Why
but
did nobody want to let him build a building on it? What was the reasoning?
The town did not want it.
It was the outcry
All
from
the- all the
30
people.
some people that showed up time and again.
The noise
We
mostly.
listened to
All
the
5
people
of them.
of the town.
Well, there's nobody that lives any closer to it than me,
Doesn't matter where they live.
where he was gonna put that building. I think it's silly that they didn't let him build it.
We
'Cause
tossed
all
it
is
back and
is a
forth.
shop.
Yeah.
And he told me himself, he says, it's only gonna be running daytime. It's not gonna be nobody there at nighttime.
The concern was that one was the noise, and two, we've seen time and again whenever industries leave and other industries come in, we would have no way of curtailing exactly what would come in after him and what they would bring in. And if it starts in one spot, it goes on.
It's good that people that now that questions all that and the noise and everything did not live here when the damn elevator was going.
Yeah.
I understand that.
They would went crazy.
I understand that, but at the same time, we represent the town, and when the town people show up, we have to be able to answer to that. But he's not asking anything about commercial.
Okay, I just,
Yeah.
kind of curious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cause he's just about got that whole wall built in now. They unloaded 7 truckloads today.
Yeah, and there's going to be ebbs and flows as he gets the projects completed, and
He
And
must
whatnot.
have a heck of a big project getting ready to
he
do.
does.
Yeah.
He does.
It must be.
Okay.
It's a lot of plywood.
So we don't have no treasurer report, fire department, do you have? anything you would-
He's out with Glenda and with his family
Yeah.
stuff right now.
Yeah, he's had a rough 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew they had.
I hear she's doing a lot better though.
She
good.
is. She
Good.
is.
Ralph, you have anything for streets?
And conduits are run to the pickleball court and basketball courts. He hit some kind of foundation over there. No idea what it was, but some big pieces of concrete we're gonna have to deal with. And I've got, I think, most of the lights for the rest of the project out.
Oh, good. Good. If Cliff hasn't, I know we've been working with the water line, getting that replaced. Is that,
I ain't seen that.
haven't seen him. Okay. I'll have to give him a call and see where we are with that.
How is it going with cleaning up the shop and getting it all organized? Oh, it's not.
You been in here?
No, not yet.
Don't. I haven't touched that yet, but
Okay.
I've got questions about that.
Okay.
Right in here, or are we talking about out there, the shop?
Well,
Lab.
the goal for this winter time for Ralph and them was to clean up and organize out at the shop. But we were going to try to clean up and organize in here. So that way Cliff can bring all his documentations from his home in here and I can help him get it all sorted and organized.
No, I meant there was going to be time they were going to be cleaning up organizing the main shop out there.
Yes, that was supposed to be this winter time too. And that's why I asked how that was going. But it's not.
We'll discuss that after this. So,
Okay.
Park report.
We had a business meeting on December 1st after our soup and or right before our soup and Santa, which seemed to go well. All of our board members were there, plus a couple extra, and we made some plans for after Christmas to push our plastic bench donations. We want a few more benches out there. We still have slushies available, so we need to sell those. We're looking at February 15th for a possible chicken and noodle dinner for a separate, which is not the park board, but an Easter kind of meal to raise funds for their Easter egg hunt. We're thinking about a couple fundraisers, and we have plans to call Rose Walker about fixing the drywall. I mean, this is not going to be a fast project, and we are going to need a lot of funds. So we just want to get our at least 3 estimates and possibly even write a grant for something like that down the road. It's not something that has to be done right now. Something needs to be dealt with though.
Yeah, it's coming for sure.
We talked about the order of our meetings, and we decided we really needed a treasurer just to keep track of what we're spending, where we're at, what's our budget. So we kind of talked to Renee a little bit about adding that to the ordinance for the park board. We elected our 2026 officers. I'm the chairperson. Rhonda is the vice chair. Ashley is the secretary, Ashley Murdoch. Josh Anthus is the treasurer, and fundraising is Courtney Carlson, who is also in charge of the community building. So we've been checking it out and keeping it clean and renting it out and doing okay. We do have a meeting coming up this next Monday, the 12th at 5:30. And we'll post those on the door here and the door in the community building and
You said at
on the town
12:30?
Facebook page.
I got another light to fix over there too, in the gym,
Yeah, in the middle row.
on the very same end.
Just keep going out. Oh, and we're slowly, we all have jobs. We work every day. Rhonda's working 9.5 hours on days and stuff. So we haven't been able to take days. Rhonda said she would take a day for the prisoner or the inmates to come. The rest of us are so busy. We've been trying to take the park lights down a little bit at a time. We're hoping to get done this week. So.
Okay, yeah, understand.
If need be, and you guys need to bring in the prisoners and whatnot, I can move a majority of like my days. I can move around with my work and be present to help with that. Just as long as it's not like a really important meetings that I can't miss type of
I think
thing.
we've done 2 afternoons. We've all put in just like an hour, maybe 2 of 2-day work, and they're half down.
And so they come down a lot quicker than they go up.
Mhm.
Can I add something?
Yes.
In regards to lights, if anyone in town is getting rid of old lights that work or anything Christmas related that can be donated to the park, they can contact Courtney Carlson. They can ask me for my number. or
They're
whatever.
LED.
LED, yes.
The old ones are the ones that burn out constantly. The bulb
Yes.
does that.
But that includes lights, extension cords, the multiple plug thing. I can't think of the
Relays,
Mhm.
yes.
adapters.
Yeah, adapters, timers, anything related like that. They can contact me and I can either
Maybe-
pick it up or they can. we
Maybe
can
something to
do
put on our
drop off.
page and see if as people are
Yeah.
taking stuff down, I'm sure maybe we'll get set.
If you would put together like a list of things that you would like, and then we, like he said, we could just put it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Another goose and 2 gooses.
You want me to send that to you when I get
Yeah,
it?
that's fine.
Okay.
And we don't have anything from sheriff. We didn't have anything. So,
Do you have anything?
so anybody have open discussion? Anything else that we need to discuss, or as far as town related?
Only thing I don't, are we gonna be able to get any coal mix for long, you know, to patch some of these potholes? There are quite a few potholes around town,
Well, I'll have to get on that, Vic.
you know? I don't know if we can, you know, if they're ready yet, you can get any coal mix yet or not,
No clue.
but we've got quite a few.
A lot of times you can't get it in the winter
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
know,
pop
they were
right back
saying
out.
that, You know, blacktop don't start until March, April,
Mm-hmm.
so. You know, I just wanna know if, you know, what, if there's anything was in the plans down the line.
Probably gonna let them get bigger.
Well, they probably will, I mean, you know, winter's not over yet.
Yeah.
I still think we're gonna get another surprise snow.
Yeah, I think last year during the summer months, pretty much all of them were fixed. They were,
Yeah,
but
them all.
as soon as you get rain and
Well,
snow and cold and all of that,
Is
it's
over
gone.
by this railroad track, they got it so steep, right at the
Well,
bottom of it, it's,
the railroad tracks we can't touch
no,
near
it's not
them.
the railroad, it's below it. It's
Oh.
right where they quit going, it flattens out, and it's right there where the cars hit that, and they just keep digging it out a little more. But that's just part of it, I know.
As we, like I say, as we get closer to the summer months or spring, we'll address those.
Yeah.
Anything else anybody have? If not, I motion to adjourn.
Second.
I motioned at 5:35, and Jason second. All right, let me stop the live.